Hey, feminine. Let's go ahead, jump right into this reading, my love. Let us see what the messages are the Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. What are the messages for feminine? What do they need to know? What are the messages for feminine? All right. If fate brought us together, why won't it let us be? Sheesh. All right. So somebody is feeling it today. They are really feeling it. They feel like Spirit keeps bringing the two of you together, has even brought you together at all. They feel like it would be so perfect in another world, in another life, in another, situation. So they're like, basically this tells us that there are some things that prevent the two of you from being able to come as close as you would like to at this time. But it doesn't seem like there is too much left to bridge, if that makes sense. It's like you could have been together and then it just seems like you're going two different paths. But it's all about perception as well. Will those paths cross again? Perhaps. Is where the person is thinking. Okay. Let us see what the person is thinking, not where they're thinking. Okay. Sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. All right. So sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. Perhaps the universe will be bringing you and this person back together again. Like I said, when the time is right. We have a yellow light here. So it's about, taking your time, going slow. I'm looking at all these street lights. There are plenty of street lights. So every street light could be like a different milestone in your relationship or on your twin flame journey. So it's like you have to get to a certain milestone, and perhaps where you are right now, you're going to be able to walk through the rest of these street lights together instead of being separated. You know what I mean? Like you see they want to touch hands, but they're going two different paths, two different tracks. Then they actually are holding hands, but they still have to walk through all of these street lights to get to where they're going. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. What is it that feminine needs to know? I really thought you'd always be here. Aw. So, yeah, see those street lights again? This person feels like there were things that they had to go through, but they went through on their own. You may feel like there were things you had to go through, but you went through on your own. You would have much rather your person been there for you, but perhaps what both of you are starting to realize prayerfully is that you needed to go through those things alone. Spirit took you through those things on your own to build up your independent strength, to build up your resilience, y'all. Okay? That if another person would have been there for you to turn to be dependent upon, you would not have developed certain independence. So that's the way that it's coming through, y'all. And I pray that you are able to see that this point in your journey, because not everybody is at that point in their journey. You know what I'm saying? So some people can hear this and this is like a cheat sheet for you. So you'll know what to do, but there's different groups of twins. So for the groups of twins that resonate with the group I'm in, you see what I'm saying? You guys understand. That's why you can say things like, yeah, Blue, you've been right with us every step, girl. You already know what it is, and things like that. That's why you can say that. Speaking of every step, look at this. I keep stepping towards you only to pull away again. You see that? All right. So it's like that. Look at this. Do these energies not look similar? Like, okay, you see how this person is here, but it's like it's a shadow. The shadow being the version of themselves that they're no longer standing in, and also the shadow of you, like you no longer being there when you once were. This person over here looks like they are bare, like they don't have anything on in the background, and it's like, again, you're vulnerable. So every time you go to be vulnerable, this person, they get scared of their own shadow. They get afraid of their own reflection, and they run away. So maybe that's what you were made to feel a lot of the time. Like, listen, you're supposed to be here with me and you're not. You're not here for none of the things that I'm going through, none of the things that matter to me, nothing. You're just not here. And that's what they're looking at it as too. But again, some of these things, if not most of these things or all these things, were meant for you to go through on your own, on their own, to build up certain resilience and independence. Okay. So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What are the messages for feminine. We have life isn't a test. There are no right answers. All right. So it's like you're just figuring it out as you go along. So are they. So are we all. You know, that kind of thing. All right. There are no right answers. It's only a right path. And what is the right path? Whatever makes you happy. What path are you happy on? You know what I mean? And if you're not sure, then that's why the universe separated you, so that you could figure that part out. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. It says you've moved on, haven't you? All right. So they may feel like you've moved on, like you're not even really interested in it for real or something like that. How did we go from everything to nothing? All right. It could be because they feel like you keep leaving them hanging, or they feel like, you know, you're not here when they want you to be or when they need you to be. But some of you feel like the person is not speaking up about certain things either. I'm picking up on that as well because of all these colors. It's something here like expressing your truth, you know, seeing the bigger picture, express your true colors. At the very least, seeing one's person true colors, okay? So if I had cherished you more, would we have made it? You see what I'm saying? Probably more than likely, yes. If this person would have put the energy in, if you would have put the energy in, you know, whichever way it goes, yes, obviously. Says there are things I never got the chance to tell you in all these incoming letters. So I tell you, this person has a lot of things they want to say. Do not be surprised if you start getting a lot of different messages, a lot of different, you know, forms of messages. Like this person's going to text you, email you, hit you up in the DM, like whatever they can do to get through to you, hit you up in 5D and beyond, you know, like in any way that they can get through to their divine counterpart, that's what they're going to make an attempt to do. All right. And it says your past shapes you, but it doesn't define you. So somebody is breaking free of karmic chains. You and your person, more than likely. Twins mirror, especially right here in this energy. It's a lot of mirroring going on. All right. A lot of mirroring, y'all. A lot of mirroring. Oh, that's ashes from the Apollo. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse those ashes from the Apollo. All right, but I see a Page of Cups and the Chariot. So somebody wants to apologize in order for the two of you to reconcile, move forward. This Emperor desires you, right? You're their heart's purest and truest desire. Top that off with the Star card and the Nine of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords is deception, dishonesty, strategy, mind games. Okay, so that could have been all the energy that this person came with. Or when they come towards you and they're expressing all of this love, you're going to think that they're playing mind games. Yeah, because it says our connection is intense and it scares me. Okay, our connection is intense and it scares me. I pretend I don't care, but I see you in my dreams. So some of you are thinking about this person every day, all the time. You know, they're thinking about you every day, all the time. But on the outside, it may not seem like it. It may not appear that way because, yeah, well, you know, somebody is detached and they're still happy. All right. But your happiness stems from within. It stems from source energy. So even if something is going on with you and your twin soul, it's not going to stop you from being happy if you're a happy person. You see what I'm saying? So that could have been one thing they really had to understand about you. Like, okay, you're an optimistic person. So even if a situation is not the best or you're not finding it to be favorable for you per se, you are still able to hold on to your joy because, well, you know, the situation is not what gave you your joy. You are already a joyful person. You're already joyous. You know what I mean? So it's not like me not being here or being in your life is going to take your joy away. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe initially they felt some type of way about that. But the reality is it showed them what they had to work on with themselves. You know what I mean? Like your happiness should not be dependent upon whether I'm present or not, because anything can happen at any moment. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. Yeah, but we have Two of Cups. This person may feel the exact same way and they've never met someone that feels the exact same way. So they're like, whoa, you know what I mean? This is different. You know, like they're used to handling people the way that they're used to everybody behaving. They're not used to somebody behaving and moving the way that they do. So again, somebody who's an independent, an individual, you know, things like that, right? Where this person may have been like an avoidant. So they're very independent by nature because they don't want to be around nobody, you know, too long, and they avoid certain things and things like that. But it's a little bit different with you. I wouldn't necessarily say you're an avoidant. You know, you could be, but I pick up on this energy more so like you're just very independent, right? And you could be someone that is not lonely, but quite often alone, and you've made peace with being alone. You enjoy being alone. You know, maybe you prefer being alone. You know what I'm saying? So if I did not already say that, I feel like I already said that, y'all. If I did not, did I already say that? I feel like I did. Anyway, you know, you may just enjoy being alone. You may just enjoy solitude. You may enjoy your own company, doggy bag. Okay, and so this person is not used to that. You know, and like, oh my gosh, you know, this is nice. This is nice, but it's not at the same time. We had the Four of Cups because they're not used to it. Okay, so Four of Cups is their discontent energy when it comes to anyone else. It's like they're bored with it. Yeah, they miss you, your happiness, your optimism, your joy. Okay, they miss you and the energy you bring. Anything else that people get them, it's like, I don't want that. You know, it's not good enough for them or something. Their heart desires you. Nine of Cups, Sun card. Okay, like arms folded. I don't want that. That's the best you got. My feminine can do better. You know, like they don't do that on purpose, by the way. They're not comparing people to you and everything like that, or you to people on purpose. It's just happening. Okay. Yeah, Two of Cups. They're like, my feminine does it better. You know, that kind of thing. And that could be in every which way, y'all. I mean, because you're divine counterpart. So you know how to speak directly to their soul. You guys work in perfect harmony, perfect alignment when you're working well, when y'all on good terms. You know what I'm saying? Everything is great. Everything is great. Yeah, when y'all on good terms. See right here, the Seven of Swords. I said, I really thought you'd always be here. You said for what? The Seven of Swords? They were being deceptive with you. They were being manipulative and deceitful with the way that they communicated. Look, Five of Wands. This person could have did something to act out, to grab your attention. With the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands. It's all about trickery and strategy. Let me do something to grab your attention. Let me cause an argument. Let me see how you act or how you react. Child, you didn't. You dipped. That's why they said, I thought you would always be here. You said, not for that. Not for somebody purposefully trying to get a rise out of me. When there's a better way you can communicate, why would I be around for that? Okay. So yeah, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah. From them moving like that, it really made you feel Ten of Swords. It made you feel betrayed. It made you feel disappointed. Like, you ought to know better than that. You know? You should know better than that. Or something like that. Yeah, Queen of Swords and the Devil. Like, come on now. You don't treat me like I'm a karmic. That's how they treated the karmics. It's like, you should know better than that. Okay. These karmics, excuse me, if Blue clears her throat or coughs or does any of that, excuse me, y'all, okay? But y'all know it's that time of the year. I'm going to keep reiterating because every video is a new video. So I might get new people on every video. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to repeat some things, y'all, by the way. Excuse me, y'all, because it gets a little frustrating. Be like, pause, unpause, pause, unpause, pause, unpause. Child, if I cough, excuse me, y'all, okay? So the Devil, again, karmic energies, like, no, you don't treat the divine counterpart like karmic energies. You have a clear mind, you're unbiased, and you go off of facts. You're very honest and you move like that. You respect honesty. I feel like this person respects honesty. So for you to be somebody that respects honesty and they come to you with tricks and strategy and mind games, it's like they tampered with your respect for them in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you love them. Two of Cups is mutual everything. Mutual love, mutual respect, mutual understanding. But if you're going to lie to me, then it's really hard for me to respect you. If you're going to try to play mind games with me when you know how clear my mind is, how sharp my mind is, it's hard for me to respect you. Because it's like you're insulting my intelligence. And when you insult my intelligence, but you say you love me at the same time, the two things don't align. The two things don't make sense. You see? So maybe a karmic would accept that type of behavior, but your divine counterpart is not going to accept that from you. We know you can do better. We would appreciate it if you treat us better than that. You see what I'm saying? Straight up and down. So with the Page of Wands, this person gets excited at the thought of you. You know what I mean? That's why they're like, you moved on, haven't you? Because now they're seeing that you make sense. You make a lot of sense. You're not just saying stuff just to be saying it. You're not just out here allowing yourself to be feeling things for everybody and their mamas. Like, no, you have a true, beautiful connection with this person that you would like to honor as such. However, if the person is going to be disrespectful, because that's just what it is. Let's not try to paint it as something else. That's disrespectful. To know that a person is very intelligent and you insult their intelligence by playing mind games and tricks and running game and all that, that's disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that's something you do with ditzy people. That's not something you do with someone that actually uses their brain. You see what I'm saying? That's the disrespect aspect of it. So King of Pentacles could be an earth sign person, but it doesn't have to be, right? Double emphasis on Cap with that devil there. Doesn't have to be. Could also be the fact that they're just very grounded, very stable, very financially, mature. What do I mean by that? Their money does well for them. They do well for themselves and their money does well for them. Okay. So yeah, this could be somebody that's like a boss man, but they have a very like entrepreneurial type spirit. They're a provider. This is somebody that's going to make it happen by any means. All right. This is someone that wants you to depend on them or wants you to feel like you can. Right. But again, somebody that's lying, I can't depend on that. I can't trust that. Somebody that's purposefully trying to insult my intelligence, I can't trust that. Now, if you can say, yeah, I did play my games. I did do this. I did do that. That is correct. However, I did not think that you would be able to see through the things that I was doing. Then at least you're being honest. And again, the Queen of Swords respects honesty. But if you see that I see through your BS, they could have tried to manipulate and or be in control of the situation so that they have the upper hand and you don't hurt them, but that they could know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I can't get hurt if I'm the one pulling the strings, but why does there have to be any strings being pulled in the first place? So again, it's like they're used to karmic relationships. And this is why, Fool card, you detach yourself. All right, 4 of Wands. But again, you're still who you are to them. They still want you. They still, you're moving like this didn't do nothing but make them want you more. Okay, so we have the Moon. Not everything is as it appears to be. Again, you not talking to them, you not dealing with them. It's not because, oh, I moved on. It's because I'm able to make sense of everything that happened here, even beyond the levels that you're willing to be honest with me about. I can see it all. And even that's disappointing. It's like you're still not telling me 100,000% truth. And so we're still at a standstill. We still can't move forward, or something like that. Exactly. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, takes their time. And the reason Blue loves the Knight of Pentacles is because by the time they get to where they're going, everything is in its place. The Knight of Pentacles is very responsible, methodical, practical. They put together a plan and they stick to that plan. They follow that plan. All right. This could be the type of person that they are. We have the Tower. All right. So again, certain adjustments would have to be made in order for the twins to come together the way that they would like, especially for the twin souls that have already gotten in other connections or relationships. You know what your personal situation is. It's not a personal reading, but I am available for personals throughout the year and also counsel. If you would like to just talk about whatever you're going through in your situation, my email is available. You can email me there, contact me there. If you would like to book a personal reading and look further into your twin flame situation or just anything going on in your life, you can book me on my website. Check my calendar for availability, see what's up there, and pick a day and time that works best for you and your schedule. All right. But again, in order for the twins to come together, there have to be certain adjustments that are made. And in the event that they just keep watching you, keep you in their heart, keep talking to God about you, keep watching you, keep you in their heart, keep talking to God about it, Spirit's going to cause a Tower moment because we're not going to keep playing this game. You see what I'm saying? It's that type of thing. We're just not. Spirit's like, we're not doing that. So you need to figure out what you want to do so we can go ahead and do it. Now, Ace of Pentacles being my engagement ring, I feel like this is what the person ultimately wants to do. They want you to know you can depend on them. You can trust them. They want to invest more into this connection. And they want to do so quickly. Like it went from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords. Like, now I want this new beginning. I want it now. Now, it doesn't mean that, hey, we have to rush. Remember that card with the milestones. You know, there are milestones and things you will have to work through and go through, and that's okay. But it's just the fact that you'll be able to do it hand in hand this time instead of doing it separated and really trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Okay, and how can we fix it? So let's see, we got the Four of Cups. Again, you know, twin flame relationships can be a little confusing, a little up and down, and all these other things, right? So we understand that sometimes you may have already heard something that Blue has said. Other times, you know, it may be the very first time you're hearing it. Always keep in mind, though, regardless of whichever one it is, that we always have new people coming in. So I'm always going to reiterate or repeat some things. Also, repetition is the key of learning. One of the keys. So the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands. You see, it's like nothing else is good enough for this masculine because they want to come into union with you. Ooh, ooh. What is this? Trying to jump away. What is this? Yeah, because they're watching you. And it started to flip in reverse. It's like they're spying at this point. All right. This person wants to learn as much about you as they could learn about you. They want to know how to, you know, how do you like to be hugged? How do you like to be talked to? What type of food do you like to eat? You know, like this person, that's what the Page of Swords is curiosity. And when you're curious, you try to learn as much as you possibly can. My grandmother used to say when I was younger, like, stop meddling. But I feel like I was a young Page of Swords, somebody that was very curious. You know, to me, that's always looking in stuff, always like, what's this? What's that? How does this work? How does that go? How do you do this? But if you don't ask questions, you don't know. And if you ask more questions, then you have more knowledge. And it's not about what you know, it's about what you apply, you know. So we can go down that rabbit hole for days. But anyway, we have the Two of Cups being clarified by the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is burden, hardship, stress. I feel like the reason this person was feeling stress is because they love you and they ain't with you. They could have been conflicted about what they wanted to do when it comes to connections as well. Especially if they have a karmic connection with that devil on the board. Right? Yeah, man. It's like, see, the Lovers. Yeah, with the Seven of Swords and the Lovers, you see? First of all, let's slow it down before I get a ticket. The reason it's so disappointing for you is because it's like, man, we're lovers. We're divine counterparts. You can't be real with me, of all people? Come on now. It's me. Divine feminine, you know? So it's disappointing that they can't be honest with you. That's the first part. The second part is, it's like, yeah, of course I'm a Seven of Swords. I'm a Seven of Swords to my divine counterpart, even if I'm with the devil. You know what I mean? Like, duh, I was Seven of Swords to my divine counterpart. But it's like, no, masculine. You would have to Ten of Swords the devil in order for you to come to your divine counterpart. So that Seven of Swords is not even a part of the equation, masculine. Like, they're not understanding. But maybe they are. I should say they didn't understand. Right? Now they do, or now they're starting to with the Knight of Pentacles. The Magician, exactly. If I really want to manifest this beginning with my divine counterpart, this new beginning, like I say, then I'm going to have to focus my willpower. I'm going to have to put my intentions into the universe the right way. I'm not going to be able to move on those Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords type junk, because then I'm going to put the wrong energy out there and then I'm going to attract the wrong energy back. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, so this person now sees you for exactly who you are. The Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. This person feels like you are somebody that represents abundance, beauty, security. You're somebody that has achieved a lot in life and it shows. You're very abundant, prosperous, and successful. Spirit takes care of you and you take care of yourself and others. All right? You're very self-sufficient and humble. So even though you've accomplished a lot... Close the door, baby.
Yeah, I want them on the computer.
Not right now. Close the door.
But I already done it again.
But mommy said not right now. Thank you. All right. So again, you've created a life of luxury for yourself. All right. You're very self-sufficient, independent. You speak the truth. You are the truth. You're very balanced. Okay. Again, you communicate well. So it's like everything that this person is seeing about you. You heard how I said, that's how they feel right now. Because they can't believe that they tried to do all that with somebody like this. AKA they was playing games with somebody who has clear mind, clear heart, clear spirit. You know? pure intentions. So that part, right? All right. We have the King of Wands. So yeah, again, action is required. Action is required unless they want this to be over. Action is required. They may have to end something. Closure, graduation from. Here's the thing. Some of them could have been trying to avoid doing something that they know they would have to do. So they probably were dragging it out until they couldn't drag it out anymore. And you may not have wanted to sit around for that process, because for you, that felt like emotional betrayal on both ends. King of Swords. And see, it's like, for you, take the sex out of it. It's important to move with integrity. And this person should know that based on how you move. Like, they understand ethics. They understand what doing the right and wrong thing is. They get it. You understand? They're very principled. They get it. They're able to make sound judgment. Okay. So then you know that this is not the right thing. All right. So again, back to playing the game and strategizing and thinking that nobody can see the game and the plan and the scheme. That's what makes it come across as a scheme. Because it's like, damn, they're not even putting you on to what's going on. They're not even telling you. Maybe they think you don't know. Maybe they think you wouldn't know what to do with the information. But yeah, we have the Eight of Cups and Justice. So that's exactly what it looks like they're going to end up doing. Nine of Swords. Like, this person knows that this is going to happen, right? Because they want to be with you that much. But it looks like they're worried about that. Like, they know this is only a matter of time before this happens, because I want my feminine that much. But I'm worried about what that looks like for karmic. You know, what does that look like for karmic? Seven of Cups. What does it look like for me? It's like they fantasize and think about all the worst things. But ultimately, if your heart and mind are not in alignment with something, then you're already not in it. So what's the point of you continuing on with it in the first place? You see, this is why, feminine, you removed yourself, because it's conflict, it's confusion, it's uncertainty. You're very clear on how you feel about your divine counterpart. You know exactly what you want with and from your divine counterpart. You know exactly what mission you're on here in life. You're in alignment. You're not confused. And so a person that still wants to pretend or even be confused, you don't have the time or the energy for it, you know? So when they're like, oh, I thought you would always be here. You like, for what? The confusion? I'm not present for that. Yeah, Ace of Cups. You see, so it's like they know it's a matter of time before this happens, because they want this to happen. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I want to make this love offer to my divine counterpart. And in order to move with integrity, like right here it says, if I had cherished you more, would we have made it? So they want to cherish you. They want to show you that they care about you. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups is what comes to their mind when they think of you. Ace of Cups is like saying, my heart is yours. Ace of Pentacles is my engagement ring. So because my heart is yours, you know, may I please have your hand in marriage? Basically. You see what I'm saying? My heart is yours. So will you marry me? Basically. You get what I'm saying? And no, not everybody believes in marriage. Not everybody wants marriage. But I'm talking to a group of twins that clearly does. All right. So we have the Star card. Now, maybe your person didn't believe that they would ever get married, because, you know, nobody's on their type of time. Nobody wants to have that type of marriage where we're together, but I'm an individual. We're together, but they're an individual. You know, independent. No, they maybe thought that's not how it will go down. That's not how you are, something. But now this person sees the truth. Again, moon. Not everything is as it appears to be. So they saw you one way, but now they see the truth. I'm interested to know how they really saw you at first and what changed their view of you. So I'm going to do an extended on the Patreon right after this. All right. But this person is praying. Okay. They're praying to come back together with you, because that's what their heart desires. The Star card and the Nine of Cups is what their heart desires more than anything. Eight of Pentacles. Their heart desires more than anything the opportunity to work on this connection with you. All right. To build this up, to fix things, to rectify things, to come back into union with their true divine counterpart, their soulmate. All right. The one who makes them happier than anything else. Okay. Unless they have child or children, you know. Your child and children, I feel like nothing makes you happier than that, you know. And to me, animals, pets, anything you have, they go into the category of your child or children. It's your family. So, you know, other than your child or children, you must make them happier than anything, you know. To me, that says a lot. You make them happier than anything. All right. So they're like, everything that makes me that happy, that's what I want around me. So my animals, you know, those are my babies, my children, and my divine counterpart. That's what I want around me. That would be my ideal 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, because I know I would be extremely happy. You get what I'm saying? I'm extremely happy with that, you know. So, yeah, that would be my 10 of Cups. You know, what would your 10 of Cups look like? You know, that kind of thing, right? It's different for everybody. So I'm speaking in terms of how this masculine is thinking. I saw someone's comment the other day. They said I confuse them when I speak in third party. You guys have to remember that Blue's channeling. See, like right now how I did that. Blue is channeling. I'm channeling. So sometimes it comes out that way. All right. We have unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. Ooh, child, they mean business. They said take the laptops out. Get the book. We got to talk. It's serious business. Conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. Ooh, they miss your voice, Boothine. That's what it is. Okay, you probably missed their voice too, whatever. Who cares? You know, you don't want them to know that though. You know what I'm saying? Neglected. I failed to give you what you need. You see, they're getting it. They are getting it. They're like, damn, I neglected my divine counterpart. I didn't show up for them the way that I needed to. And then I just expected them to give me all their time, all their affection, all their energy. That's quite selfish of me. You know, so you have definitely put a mirror up to this person and helped them look at some things they need to work on, your habits. I don't know if we will ever change, aka I don't know if I will ever stop being selfish. But here's the thing. If they can't stop being selfish, then can the two of you come together a certain type of way? You know, that's their fear, commitment. See, because that's what they want. They want to come together with you, but they're like, I'm still going to be selfish. I'm still going to want my time. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to do that. Nine of Pentacles, you like, and I'm still going to be independent. I'm still going to do me, and I'm still going to do that. So, you know, you tell me, can we come together? Again, they're not used to this. This is really shocking them that they have met their mirror soul. As you're their reflection. That's what it is. You know, so it's like, I don't know, masculine. You tell me, would we be able to be together? Can I still do my own thing and you leave me alone? And we be together? Can we do that? All right. It says unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Okay. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Underlying energy, missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. Yeah, they feel like they missed out on something with you. You know, again, a lot of them still want to come towards you and take that leap of faith. A lot of them feel like, well, what's the point? I missed out already. All right, we have runner. I don't want to run anymore, but they don't want to keep running. They understand that you were unsatisfied. They neglected you. They get it. You know, certain habits that they continued on with just were not positive, were not healthy, were not a reflection of how they felt about you. Okay? Somebody said the readings have been negative. I don't think so. I think the readings have been helping people work through things. For real, you know? I think not every situation can be viewed as quote-unquote positive. Life is not all quote-unquote positive. All right, we have divine luck. The universe delights in blessing me with extraordinary luck and golden opportunities. Extraordinary luck, honey. All right, we have awakening. I call forth the codes of light within my DNA, initiating deep healing and the remembrance of who I truly am. Remember, we're going to head over to the Patreon right after this. I want to know how this person viewed you before, right? What were they thinking? Because we had the moon, the nine of pentacles, the ace of swords. What were they thinking in the first place? What changed their thoughts? And how are they seeing you now besides the apparent nine of pentacles? Like, how are they seeing you now? What is this person thinking that has them like, okay, I know it's only a matter of time before eight of cups, you know, karmic. Before eight of cups karmic. Like, what has them like, yeah, I know. We have grounded. I am deeply rooted in the earth's energy, stable, strong, and fully present. I love this card. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Hold on. I got to show y'all. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. Okay. And power of intention. I direct my power of intention with focus and trust, knowing that I influence every event in my life. All right, so what is your intention? That's what you were saying. Like, that originally was what we were referring to when we said you were disappointed. What was this person's intention? Was their intention to come in and play games? Or was their intention to get back in your life in any way that they could? Because intention matters, all right? It's like, okay, so, but what did you want to get back in my life for? Because you love me? Because you're in love with me? Okay, so what do you want to do about that? You see what I'm saying? It all goes to the root of it. Like, if you really care anyway, you're coming from an emotionally mature place. You guys know that my brain moves faster than my mouth can talk sometimes. Excuse me. But if you're coming from an emotionally mature place, then it's like, okay, what were your true intentions? Let's discuss it. We have prosperity. I attract prosperity with ease while maintaining peace, balance, and spiritual alignment. And back here we have support system. The universe continuously connects me with those who believe in me and my vision. They feel like you're a part of their support system and they really want to support you as well. All right, but those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this is your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. The information as to where you can book personal readings with me or purchase any merchandise can be found in the description box beneath this video. Again, if you're interested in the extended messages, you can join us over on the Patreon. That information is in the description box as well, but you can just go on patreon.com/Blue Aura Healing. All right. Speak to you soon. Peace and Hagrid.